Hello everyone, we will be continuing adverse drug reactions and we'll be discussing about adverse drug reactions of the oral cavity. Under the heading adverse drug reaction, which is an appreciable, harmful, unpleasant reaction resulting from an intervention related to the use of medical product and is predicting hazard even from future administration. So we warrant its use so that we can prevent this adverse drug reaction. Or in specific treatment, we can use alternate products, alternate dose regimen, and we can withdraw the product from the body if patient is addicted to it. Adverse drug event includes harmful reactions caused by the drug and harm caused by appropriate drug use is referred as adverse side effect. However, harm caused by the drug is called as drug reaction. There are certain medication errors that we'll be discussing in another part. Drug induced oral reactions are enlisted here on the slide saying hyposalivation, hypersalivation, lichen planus, lichenoid reactions, aphthous like ulcers, bullous disorders, pigmentation, fibrovascular hyperplasia, keratosis, epithelial hyperplasia, dysesthesia, osteonecrosis of jaw, infection, angioedema, malignancies even. So hypersalivation, that is dry mouth, is listed as an adverse effect over 500 medication. Most frequently reported medication classes that is responsible for xerostomia hyposalivation is antidepressant, antipsychotics, antihistamines, also muscarinic receptors, alpha receptor antagonists, and certain diuretics, beta blockers, AC inhibitors, bronchodilators, and skeletal muscle relaxants. Due to hyposalivation, we can see oral thrush in patients. There may be a changes in the tongue, glossodynia, glossopyrosis, or silidinitis, and ultimately dental caries, generalized dental caries. Next is siluria, which is nothing but increased saliva, drowning, increased swallowing. Drugs responsible for siluria are alprazolam, Xanax, amiodarone, clozapine, digoxin, galantamine, lamotrigine, levodopa, nifedipine. The third adverse drug reaction due to drugs in oral cavities, lichenoid reaction or lichen planus. As we all know, oral lichen planus is a chronic inflammatory disease that affects mucous membranes of the oral cavity, which is a T cell mediated autoimmune disease. And in this cytotoxic CD8 plus T cells will trigger the apoptosis of the basal cells of the oral epithelium. Oral lichen planus presents with white striations clinically or sometimes papules, often associated with the erythematous erosive lesions or ulcers. Most commonly, these lesions are bilateral, symmetrical in manner, often on the buccal mucosa, tongue, and gingiva. Pathogenesis of OLP is very important. See, keratinocyte antigen expression, which is also an unmasking of an antigen, is ultimately presented to the T cells. These T cells mostly are CD8 plus cells and some in its population are CD4 plus cells, which have migrated to the epithelium. Now, migrated CD8 plus cells are activated directly by the antigen binding to the major histocompatibility complex MHC1 present on the keratinocyte. Subsequently, antigen presentation to the CD4 plus cells takes place and interleukin 2 is activated, where CD4 plus T helper cells ultimately activate CD8 plus T cells. Okay, through receptor interaction, interferon gamma communication, and interleukin 2 cross communication. Now, Lichenoid hypersensitivity reactions consist two classes of medications historically associated with oral lichenoid hypersensitivity reactions are NSAIDs, number one. Another is antihypertensive drugs, sulfonylurea, antidiabetic medications, solbutamide, etc., along with ketoconazole like antifungals are responsible for these lichenoid reactions. Anticonvulsants like carbamazepine, immunomodulatory drugs like penicillamine, cold salt, sulfasalazine, lithium has been reported to elicit oral lichenoid hypersensitive reactions, in which you will see lichenoid tissue reactions. Okay.